Hello, this is Lena Galba with the UAE updates for WeTel TV. The Gulf Cooperation Council GCC, Secretary General, the Arab Youth Centre and the Federal Youth Authority inaugurated various partnerships to empower the region's youth with the attendance of Dr. Naif Fallah Al Hajraf, GCC Secretary General, Sheikh Rashid Al Nuami, Vice President of the Arab Youth Centre, and Shama bint Suhail Faris Al Mazuri, Minister of State for Youth Affairs, as well as the ambassadors of GCC countries in the UAE, and Dina Asaf, resident representative of the United Nations UN in the UAE, during an event held at the centre's headquarters in Abu Dhabi. The partnership aims to serve the youth in GCC and Arab countries in general through an action plan that will involve holding a range of events and youth programs which empowers the youth and involves them in the implementation of development plans and economic visions in GCC countries. The event also witnessed the launch of innovative spaces at the centre, which offers the youth from GCC countries a mutual space to communicate and work on programs, initiatives and activities that promote cooperation among all relevant authorities involved in youth activities and their empowerment both regionally and internationally. His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, and Dr. Subramanian Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister of India, have reviewed the strategic relations between the two friendly nations and prospects of further growing cooperation in the fields of agriculture, healthcare, trade and food security. This came as a UAE top diplomat received Dr. Subramanian at the ministry's headquarters, where they exchanged views over the latest developments in the region and a number of international issues of interest with Sheikh Abdullah, underlining the privilege and long-standing relations between the two countries. Sheikh Abdullah has also held a steadily growing cooperation ties across all fronts thanks to the support of the leadership of the two countries. He hosted a dinner banquet in honour of the Indian minister and his accompanying delegation. The meeting was attended by Khalifa Shaheen Al Mara, the Assistant Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation for Political Affairs, and Pavan Kapoor, India's ambassador to the UAE. India and UAE have not realised the full potential in many areas of bilateral relations, New Delhi's top diplomat told Emirates News Agency, adding that newly emerging domains during and after COVID-19 will open up fresh opportunities for both countries. Dr. S. Jaishankar, External Affairs Minister of India, also said that the Abraham Accords will help grow the UAE's position as a logistics hub for the rest of Asian economies, benefiting India as well. In an exclusive interview with WAM on Thursday evening in Abu Dhabi, he expressed the confidence that the new US administration under the President-elect Joe Biden will continue the existing excellent ties with India because of structural linkages between the two countries and personal rapport between leaders. During his visit to the UAE, Jaishankar had met with His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, and His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the UAE Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. On behalf of President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, today remotely opened the second ordinary session of the 17th Legislative Chapter of the Federal National Council FNC. Sheikh Mohammed officially launched the session saying, "My brothers, members of the Federal National Council, I am confident that you will positively engage in the country's march of development and fulfill the aspirations of our people. I invite you to give consideration to the ideas of the sons and daughters of our country, paying close attention to their suggestions and demands." His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, received today at Al Shati Palace in Abu Dhabi Dr. Subramanian Jaishankar, Indian Minister of External Affairs. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed discussed with the Indian Minister strategic and friendship relations between the two countries and ways of furthering bilateral cooperation and partnerships, particularly in political, investment and economic fields. The meeting also touched on the latest developments regarding the COVID-19 pandemic and the importance of the two countries, cooperation in the fields of pandemic containment, prevention and control of its spread. The two sides also exchanged views on regional and international issues of mutual interest. Jaishankar conveyed to Sheikh Mohammed greetings of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his wishes of further progress and prosperity to the UAE. Sheikh Mohammed reciprocated greetings to the Indian Prime Minister and his best wishes to the people of India. He noted that the relations between the two countries have witnessed remarkable growth thanks to the keenness of the leaderships of the two nations. Sagar Gobesh, Speaker of the Federal National Council (FNC), today received Dr. Naif Fallah Al Hajraf, Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC) at the FNC's headquarters in Abu Dhabi. During the meeting, both sides discussed a range of issues related to the GCC and ways of promoting cooperation to serve the interests of GCC countries and people. The meeting also presented the achievements of the FNC's chairmanship of the third periodic meeting of GCC Speakers of Parliaments, which helped consolidate the cooperation and coordination between GCC countries. Gurbash highlighted the keenness of President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Sultan Al Nahyan, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, and Their Highnesses Supreme Council members and rulers of the Emirates to support the GCC's work while commending the GCC's achievements through the efforts of the Council to promote joint action and increase overall integration. The first edition of the Jewels of Emirates show, the first 100% Emirati exhibition for jewellery, gold, silver, pearl, precious stones, luxury watches and perfumes, has kicked off this Wednesday at the Expo Centre Sharjah, the host and organiser of the event. The 4-day event brings together more than 100 exhibiting companies from across the country in an exceptional, organised and pleasant atmosphere. Abdullah Sultan Al-Quais, chairman of the Sharjah Chamber of Commerce and Industry, said that SCCI attaches the utmost importance to the development of exhibitions organised and hosted by Expo Centre, especially during the pandemic and its repercussions, which adversely affected all the economic sectors. Al-Quais underlined the SCCI's great attention to providing all the support to this vital sector and help revitalise the commercial traffic and boost sales at the local level, owing the importance of specialised exhibitions and the tremendous role in promoting the activity of various business sectors. His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, Supreme Council member and ruler of Sharjah, on Wednesday inspected the progress of the Sharjah Safari project, part of Al Badi Reserve in the city of Al Daid. His Highness began his visit to the safari site by inspecting the main building for the entrance and reception of visitors and dignitaries, which includes a number of facilities whose design took into account the character of African wildlife. After that, the ruler of Sharjah toured the project while listening to Hana Saif Al Suwadi, chairperson of the Environment and Protected Areas Authority, providing a detailed explanation about the project. This is Lena Galba with the UAE updates for WeTel TV.